commentator más, mi amo Toby, adios amigo, dos cerveza, dos café con leche por favor. Montero baby. Land Rover, Land Rover, Land Rover. What the Oh! Look at this, man. Oh! Oh! Ooh, it is hot. It's hot. Good morning, you absolute lovelies. Welcome back to the beautiful Pyrenees in fantastic Spain. Absolutely loving this place. If you've been paying attention to my social media over the last couple of weeks, you would have seen I had a few teething issues with the Mitsubishi Evo. As I got close to Béziers, the auxiliary belt decided to shit itself. And yeah, obviously without an auxiliary belt you haven't got a water pump, no power steering, no alternator, and obviously you can't use the car. Very luckily for me, a chap called Max and a chap called Drifto Boy on Instagram came to my rescue and managed to get me a recovery service back to a company called ARS in Béziers, and they were very, very nice. I got back there. Obviously we couldn't work on the car in the morning, and I just kind of chilled out and had a few beers with them, got a new belt on there, and the car was good as gold. I got back in it and I travelled another sort of 3-4 hours down to the north of Spain, to the Pyrenees, which is where we are now. This road is absolutely nuts. I thought I'd kind of link the cameras up. This was the road we came down on the Evo about a week ago, doing all the sort of John action. Down there you've literally got a cliff drop and a massive lake, and this whole thing kind of bends down around all the mountains, past all the lakes. You go through loads of tunnels. It literally is one of the best driving roads I've ever been on in my life. So yeah, if you are looking for sick driving roads, the Pyrenees is highly recommended. Alas, the story continues. Last week I had to go and get my new jet ski from Mr. Darko in Montpellier. And very kindly, Vincent, my brother from another mother in Menorca, chuck his Instagram down here. Make sure you give him a follow because he's an absolute legend. His brother-in-law, Charlie, actually has a Land Rover Defender specialist just outside Barcelona. Defender and friends, make sure you give him a cheeky little follow. Very kindly going to lend me this Shogun or Montero or Pajero. Don't call it a Pajero in Spanish because it actually means wanker. So yeah, I started driving down towards Barcelona. John was on full send going around some of the mountain roads, and then he started to hear like it's a little bit of a weird, almost like a belt noise, but I kind of didn't sort of put two and two together because I thought to myself, that can't be the belt again. Anyhow, I'm driving along and suddenly the steering goes very, very heavy. I can feel I've got no power steering. I think to myself, man, I think that belt's gone again. So I pull over the car and yeah, I have a little look and the belt has in fact slipped off the pulley again. And I check the crank pulley and the crank pulley's now wobbling. So I'm sitting in the middle of the desert thinking to myself, what am I gonna do? I haven't got a belt on me and I haven't got any tools on me, so I can't really put the belt back on even if I did have some tools, and I couldn't put the belt back on because the crank pulley was fucked. Very luckily a nice chap called Ricardo stopped. He had a Ford Escort. He very kindly took me to a mechanic which very fortunately was about 4 or 5 minutes away. I spoke to the mechanic and I kind of worked out the place was so close by I could probably just get in the Evo, monitor all the temps and stuff and just kind of wing it there very quickly. So yeah, Ricardo very kindly gave me a lift back. I grabbed the car, went up to the mechanics. I met a very nice chap called Alejandro who was a drifter as well, so he obviously quite liked me. We got on really well. We had a Lexus IS200 and he's planning on putting a 2J in it. So as you can imagine, we had lots to talk about. We had a look at the car, we removed the crank pulley, and I'll put a picture up here. You see it was absolutely, completely foobarred. And Alejandro very kindly arranged a recovery truck to take me to Charlie's in Barcelona. Cost about 200 euros. It wasn't the end of the world. And it got me out of a sticky situation. It was quite a long way as well. It was a good sort of 3.5 hours. And that was it. We put the car in the recovery truck and got it taken down to Charlie's. I was quite surprised when I got to Charlie's. Obviously they're a Land Rover Defender specialist. They do these sort of very crazy custom built Land Rovers and export them to America. They've actually got a dealership in North Carolina, which was actually very close to where my grandmother was from. She was from South Carolina. This place was pretty sick. They had lots of Land Rovers in there, and Charlie's partner also has a 3S GTE Toyota Celica. So as you can imagine, they were quite keen to sort of help me fix the car. And he also had a Focus RS Mark 1, quite rare as well, and left-hand drive. I think they actually made more left-hand drive ones, someone was telling me on Facebook. I'm going to be at Charlie's in Barcelona in about 3 hours, so I'll see you guys down there in a bit. Montero, baby. As you guys will know, in the UK this is a Mitsubishi Shogun. Hola! Good day. You? Good?
Yeah.
Ah, Mr. Johnny. As you guys can see, they are busy working on the iconic British Land Rover Defenders. Hola. Good man. Land Rover, Land Rover, Land Rover, Land Rover. Whoa! What's that? Johnny likes that, man. Like I said, this is where I got to before we broke down last week, and Johnny's been very kindly doing a few bits and bobs in his spare time. What's that, Johnny? What the fuck is that, man? Jesus. So yeah, this was my crank pulley. Obviously, the middle of the crank pulley is missing. But yeah, that's actually what happened. It's an aluminium aftermarket crank pulley. We're actually going to put an OEM original one back on. A little bit heavier, so you get a little bit more rotating mass, but hopefully it won't end up looking like that. Johnny was just saying I should have fitted a Land Rover crank pulley, because I think Land Rover ones are probably a bit more solid. That looks a bit more chunky.
No, what a Land Rover.
Yeah, that's a Land Rover one. This is the new bad boy FZR Yamaha jet ski. Stage 6, that's the performance. Stage 6 boost. And I think Johnny likes it because we can see big smiles. Very, very cool. If you're a four-wheel drive nut, you're absolutely going to love this place. What's that? beach buggy, and a Citroen 2CV. I can see you at the beach, Johnny. All the ladies diving on the bonnet. Very cool, man. And this? What is this? Yeah, man. Citroen 2CV. Oh, 205 GTI 1.9. Original. Laser green, I think this colour was. I can't remember. I think it was laser green. Johnny was saying this is actually owned by the landlord here, and this is all original, and it's actually got air conditioning, so it's a very, very rare model that was actually spec'd with aircon from factory. Really cool that. I do love a 205 GTI, as you guys know. Quite a bit different to the green one that I had. It was obviously a sort of fully prepared rally car. This is kind of as original as they come. It is a bit dusty, obviously the car's been sitting around, but it doesn't sort of hide any truths. It's had some animals living in it. Yeah.
La rata.
That's cool. I think I'm not too clued up on 2CVs, but I would think this is a later one. That's clean inside, man. Yeah, look at that. Let us know in the audience if we've got any 2CV fans here. I don't think this is a particularly. I think this is a bit of a later one. It looks kind of more modern as far as 2CVs go. It's so far forwards, isn't it? There's all this space back here. You've got the wheel is inside the bonnet. Yeah, let us know in the audience if you know anything about what size engine. One litre? I think I run faster. We've got old Range Rovers, slightly newer Defenders, old Defenders. Middle of the road Defenders. Very cool, man. We've got a whole load of other motocross bikes here. This is my favourite car. Look at this, man. 964 original Carrera 4. And they're actually going to be doing some rally driving in this. The guy's going to be doing like a sort of Paris-Dakar type thing, endurance rally. Quick look inside, we've got Alcantara dash. Door cards. This is cool. I want this car. Why are you showing this to me, Johnny? I want this fucking car, man. The guy who owns it is brave, because these in the UK and around a lot of Europe, especially in Germany, are worth a lot of money now. So he's a brave man for rallying it. Yeah, very, very cool 964. One thing I've got to show you guys, listen to the sound of a 964 and 993 door close. It's got a lovely, lovely click to it. Ready? Oh, that's just mechanical, German, Porsche, strong. And that's the roll cage. They've got quite a few bits to do to the Porsche, they're telling me, for the customer. Right, we're going to take the beast for a little spin. And the other thing, rally course on the weekend, and then take the kids to school on the Monday. Woo! It is hot today. Mitsubishi Evo turning circle, what do you think?
Terrible, man. You need too much distance to do something.
A normal car takes 3 turns, this takes about 5
No,
or
you
6.
need to use every time steering arm.
Yeah, man. Woo! Yeah, it's definitely an Evo, man. Oh, car paint is a little bit scruffy in places, but I think they're kind of working on it over time and kind of mincing it up. Then we've got the beautiful ST205 Celica GT4 car, and the chassis obviously been in a hot climate for a long, long time, so the car's been kept in lovely condition. You guys are British, man. This isn't Spain. This is, I think we're in some sort of part of England. Here is in lovely original.
Mira, aquí el start.
Ah, it's got, yeah, a push start. Ah, the number of the car.
Sí, unidad.
Ah, it's 3275. Okay.
4,000.
And I think they made 5,000.
4,000.
4,000 in left-hand drive. We'll have a quick little look inside this Landy so you can kind of see all the bespoke stuff they do. Check out the quilted leather, mad headlining as well. Right, you three lovelies, I will be seeing you in 1 week. Fist bump, fist bump, fist bump. Right, I love you guys very much. I'll see you soon. Ciao.
Bye.
Ooh, what are we now? 37 degrees. Boy, it is getting hot. Next port of call is just grabbing a little bit of diesel because I'm running quite low, and then I'll probably just grab a little bit of food and then head down to the port of Barcelona. That's actually the ferry we're going to be going on in a little second. It's quite a big port, obviously Barcelona is a massive city in Spain. Woo, it is hot. Got another guy with the same sort of idea. Very, very pimp tow vehicle, I must admit. Not quite as pimp as the Montero, let's be honest. He's got a nice looking two-seater Sea-Doo GTX on the back. I think the FZR is a little bit quicker than the GTX. I think the GTX is about 215 horsepower. Might be wrong with that. If you're a jet ski expert, let us know. Maybe we can give him a little race once we get to Menorca. Here we are in beautiful Menorca, about to go downstairs and grab the ski and the gorgeous Montero and go and meet Mr. Vincent. Good to go. Monkeys in Menorca, baby. Woo woo! Woo! We've got some tunes as well, some epic tunes on the go. Oh, it feels good to be back to my second home, Menorca. Yeah, buddy! Woo-hoo! Vincey, man.
Welcome to Menorca.
Vince's electric scooter, carbon fibre, and Vincey, top speed?
120
kilometers, which is like 75 miles an hour, man. It's fucking dangerous. Absolute beast, the old Montero. Jet ski looking savage as well. Horsepower's 220. 220, yeah. 4-cylinder supercharged, and then 1.8 litre. Big engine, man. Wakeboarding?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Proper pimp. I'm just gonna follow Vince now. We're gonna go and dump the ski in his garage. We'll get it back out tomorrow for a bit of fun. Vincent Junior, Vincent Senior, Vincent Senior. Good looking man, hence we've got his good looking son. Guten Nacht, jet ski, or I should say buenas noches, because we're in Spain. Adios, amigo. Adios. Riding in style, man. Look at that, that's concierge. Like you've never seen it before. Quickly going to show you the beautiful natural port of Cittadella. Absolutely fabulous. Look at that, Vince. Look at the table and the seating upstairs. Wow, we were. Ah, what a beautiful port. Gracias. Ciao. Mary! Oh, hola! You're all in my film. Yeah. You're on my camera today. Couldn't ask for a nicer place. And Vincent's on the pilot already. And this is the view. Couldn't really ask for a nicer living room backdrop. Mary, Vincent's beautiful missus, you're looking fantastic, I must say. Welcome to the Monkey London channel. Yeah. And your beautiful little dogs.
One week later.
Evo, this is sounding good, I mean. Yeah. It's running, there's no crazy pulley noises, it's not running out of battery.
That's right. Going now perfect.
Quite a few miles on my road trip, so I think a bit of new oil was really...
Good idea, yeah.
It was definitely ready.
Yeah.
And Johnny also very kindly fixed the noise. There was the exhaust was kind of touching on the anti-roll bar.
One of the sub-chassis bar, yeah. That's right.
And he's kind of moved the exhaust up.
Exactly.
Eternally grateful.
You're really welcome.
Respect, my man. Right, back in the Evo, baby. Pimp garage. Oh, Charlie. Oh my God, look at this. Big, isn't it? I thought they were kind of a bit smaller, but the Can-Ams are massive, aren't they, compared to the Polaris. We're actually going to go out for a little drive in this later and bring you guys along with this. I think these are 1 litre turbo, about 180 horsepower. And as you can see, they don't really weigh a massive amount. Hola. Hello. Hola. Oh, hola, hola, hola. Oi, 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 oi. Literally 10 minutes later, and the belt's gone. It's like the fucking, it's like the Evo, man. Just actually broken the arm. John on a little bit of a scrape with the wall. That wheel is definitely not doing what it should be.
To the right.